Well. Get on, man. What's going on up there? Just had a shower, man. I'm just trying to dry my hair properly, man. What the fuck is going on up there, man? Yo, good morning. How is everyone doing? Or good evening if you're in Australia or on that side of the planet. Hopefully you guys are all well. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. We're about 30 people away from 9,000 subscribers. Massive thank you to everyone that's helping support me on this channel. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you are new. Hopefully you're all well this morning. Got some big news coming out this morning. There's an exclusive, not from me. Disclaimer, I'm not the exclusive guy. TOLMIE. Now, for those people that don't trust TOLMIE, then feel free to leave the stream. But there is, he's tweeted out this morning. He's got some exclusive information. So it sounds like this has probably come through. He tweeted it at 25 past 7 this morning, AM, UK time. So he's either got this like first thing this morning, or he must have got it late last night and just decided to hold on for it. Maybe he checked another source, or maybe he just thought I'll tweet it out in the morning. But yeah, it's a bit of a madness, guys, because it's about Jadon Sancho, obviously former Manchester City player. Played for Manchester City for a few years in the academy. Was exceptional. One of the best players I've ever seen play in the academy. Before he went on strike, left, and went to Borussia Dortmund for a pretty decent transfer fee. I think we got like £9 million for him, which actually, considering the guy was on strike, wasn't the worst deal in the world. We also had a sell-on clause. So he went for 20 million euros. So what's that, about 14 million quid? Plus we had a sell-on clause. So I think we ended up getting around 20 million quid for him all in all, following his move from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester United. But TOLMIE's saying exclusive, City intermediaries have been sounded out over any possible interest in Jadon Sancho, such as his desire to quit Manchester United in January. The same has gone for Chelsea and Arsenal. The price is around £55 million. So a little bit, well, quite a big hit on what United paid for him a few years ago. Clearly now, the relationship between Jadon Sancho and Erik ten Hag is irreparable. It's not possible to repair that relationship. You know what I mean? It's too much water has gone under the bridge and it's done. He needs pastures new. Now, the question for Jadon Sancho is, does he leave in January, whether that's a loan or a permanent move? Or, given the current situation at Manchester United, does he hold fire and possibly wait to see if Erik ten Hag gets the sack? Now, there's a few risks there. One, he might not get the sack, right? I think for me, he's pretty close. I think the way it's going this season, I think the guy's pretty close to getting sacked. But he might not. He might not get sacked, and then Jadon Sancho just sat there doing absolutely nothing. His career's going down the drain. There's also the problem of, whilst his relationship with Erik ten Hag is broken, what's his relationship like with the club? Because, make no mistake about it, the club have backed ten Hag. So even if they sack ten Hag, do the club want him? Does he want to still be there, even if a new manager comes in? Possibly not. So what's obviously happening in here, and this is obviously true, whether or not they've sounded out City, I mean, that's up to you to believe or not. You know what I mean? You've all got to take your own opinions off this. But this bit here, if you ignore the City bit, this is definitely true. This is definitely true. Jadon Sancho's advisors, Jadon Sancho's agents, will be looking at a way to repair this guy's career, to get his career back on track. And the way that they'll be doing that now is by going around to different clubs and saying, we represent Sancho. Would you be interested in taking him in a loan or a permanent move in January? And it would not have surprised me one bit if they went to Manchester City and asked Manchester City about whether or not they'd be interested. Why? Well, he's been there before. By all accounts, he enjoyed it at Manchester City. Clearly, towards the end, things went a little bit awry, but that was because, why did that happen? I don't know why that happened. You know what I mean? Clearly, he wanted to leave. He didn't want to stay. Why he went on strike and just didn't turn up, I'm not entirely sure why he'd do that, but that's obviously a concern. Whether Manchester City would respond to this sort of inquiry with positive sort of vibes, who knows? My personal opinion is I don't think City will respond to that positively because of what happened last time. And the fact of, Jadon Sancho, we've currently got Grealish, we've got Doku, we've got Foden, we've got Bernardo. Do we really need a winger who could potentially cause issues if they don't start week in, week out? Now, I'm not saying that is the case with Sancho. I don't know the guy. But Sancho is a very good footballer, and I just get the feeling, and to be fair, this is based off the media, so if Sancho you're watching, which he's not, this ain't based on you, that he's a bit of a moaner. Now, if that's not true, the media have done a very good job of painting the picture of him. But do you really want that? I don't know. But there's some more on this. Let me bring up the next paragraph from TOLMIE. It says, Sancho has a loan offer from Saudi Arabia and Italy, but is prepared to take a substantial hit on his existing wages to secure a permanent move in January to a top club in England. He would take an opportunity to speak to Pep Guardiola at this stage. Same goes for Arteta. So don't worry about it. If you really don't want this to happen, don't worry about it. It's not anywhere near being done. It's early stages yet. But clearly from that statement, he clearly wants a move to the Premier League. He wants to stay in the Premier League, and that's understandable. He's an English player. He's already been in Germany. He's already done the Jude Bellingham route of going abroad. He obviously wants to stay in the Premier League. The problem is, he's currently on £250,000 per week. And as it says there, he's going to have to take a substantial hit on that to join any club in the top in the top levels of the Premier League, because no one's going to take that. No one's going to take him on £250,000 a week. I mean, if you check the City wages out, which I can bring up for you here, I mean, look at the wages that he'd be in with. He'd be in with John Stones. He'd be on more than Foden, Rodri, Gvardiol, Akanji, Diaz, Walker, Ake, Kovacic, Phillips. So if he was to come to Manchester City, which I don't think he would, mate, I'd want him on. And this isn't a hate. This isn't a hate on him. I just be based on the respect that I have for these players on the current screen. I'd want him on less than pretty much all of these players. With all due respect, I'd put him on 100k a week. Max, because I can't have him over Alvarez. Alvarez is on 100 grand. I can't have him on more than Alvarez. I don't like that. Now, if Alvarez was on 150, I'd probably put him up to 150, no problems. But I can't put him on. You've got to have respect for the players that are currently at the football club, and you bring players in and put him on the big cash. When do they really deserve it? Probably not. That can cause frictions. Imagine you're Julian Alvarez and we sign Sancho and put him on 250k or even 150k. He's probably going to be sitting there going, hang on a minute, I'm a World Cup winner. I was part of the treble-winning squad. I'm fucking mint. I've played this year in a different position. I've been playing in attacking midfield and I've been slamming it for you. And I'm on less than him. No chance. So, for him to join City, for me, he'd need to go on 100k a week. And whilst he might be prepared to take a substantial hit, is he prepared to take £150,000 per week hit? No. Now, of course, City might not agree with me on that. City might put him on 150. They might put him on 200. I don't run the accounts. But if it was me running the club, I wouldn't put him on more than Alvarez. And that means you couldn't be on more than 100k a week. He's not going to accept that, is he? He's not going to accept that. That's the problem with that one. Okay, this is the final bit of TOLMIE's sort of statement. That's not it. This is it. In the event of Ten Hag being sacked before the January window is open, Sancho also feels let down by Manchester United and the narrative that has allowed to be built up around him. He continues to train alone. Now, this is what I was saying just a minute ago. Even if Ten Hag gets sacked, right? Is he going to be able to stay at Manchester United? Does he want to stay there? I mean, make no mistake about it. The board have backed the manager on this one. And to a certain degree, I expect the board to back managers because managers have to have the backing. Otherwise, it becomes chaos, right? Although it is already chaos at Manchester United. So does he even want to stay there? I mean, I've just told you about the media narrative the opinion I have of him based on the media. The club have let that happen. Do you know what I mean? So I think he's gone, man. I don't think he's going to stay at United. I think too much has happened. But whether or not he's going to come to City, There's a number of problems, and those number of problems give me an answer of no. One, transfer fee. Apparently they want 55 million quid. Now let me know in the chat. I will do a poll in a minute, Tyrese, no problem, bro. Let me know in the chat, if you wanted him, what fee would you pay? For me, it's a lot lower than 55 million. I'm talking 25, 30 million. Now, some of you might laugh at that, but I'm just not taking him for more than 30 million. And that's not going to happen. United are not going to sell him for 30 million quid. Number two, wages. I've just gone through that. Don't need to repeat myself. But the wages is a serious issue. 250k a week. For me, if I was running City, I wouldn't put him on more than 100k a week because I wouldn't put him above Alvarez. That's disrespectful to Julian Alvarez. So the second problem is wages. He's not going to accept 150k a week haircut. 3, attitude. Attitude problems. We don't know what's happened. We're not privy to what has gone on at Manchester United with Sancho. I don't think Ten Hag's handled it very well. However, I also don't think that Sancho has been perfect in the situation. Has he been turning up late for training? How many times has he done that? Has he disrespected the manager? I don't want that. I don't want that at City. We have a good camp of players. We have players. I mean, yesterday when we did the player ratings, right? If you've not watched the player ratings, go check the player ratings out from yesterday. Me and Nobbins, we were buzzing about the players that we've got. Walker, Diaz, Stones, Gvardio, Rodri, Bernardo. These players will run through brick walls for our football club that we support. They'll do everything. They play for the badge and they die on that pitch to win football matches and to protect our club. Do we really want a player that appears that they wouldn't do that? I don't want that. So that's another issue. And the fourth issue, just to add it in there, is that he bunned our club off. You know, he was at City. He had the chance to sign a contract. City were going to give him £30,000 per week, which was going to make him the highest paid academy contract graduate ever at Manchester City. Guy went on strike, went missing, went to Dortmund. City did very, very well out of it. I think we got around 20, 25 million quid out of it, all told, including add-ons. But he's also disrespected our club. So, for me, it's a shame because, listen, I seen Sancho in the City Academy and he was absolutely unbelievable. He was up there with Foden. He was insane. But for me, nah. I like if there was no problems. If you're talking ability, if you're talking class in terms of on the ball, no problem. I'll take him all day. But when you add in the wages, when you add in the attitude problems, when you add in his current situation at Manchester United, when you add in the fact that he previously went on strike and went missing at Manchester City, nah, not for me. Not for me. So, yeah, that's the TOLMIE news this morning on, what's it called? Jadon Sancho. But there is also more news coming about 2 other players that we're going to go through because it's transfer video, so we might as well do it. Marc Guéhi and Palacios. We're going to talk about both of them players in a minute. And this is, I really don't get this one. Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace. I really don't understand this. But we're going to talk about it in a second. Big up to King Cladzy. Tuning in from Oz. Says, loving the content from Oz. No Sancho for me. Shite. There you go. That is clear and concise from King Cladzy. King. Listen, I think he's a very good player, but there's too much baggage, mate. There's too much baggage. Right, let's talk about this. This is a strange one, guys. I don't get this. Can someone shed a light in the chat on this one? Yeah, knitting. I'm going to talk about Palacios after I've talked about this one. Guys, I don't understand this. Can someone help me out on this one, please? Manchester City are in the market for a top centre-back. What? What do you mean we're in the market for a top centre-back? What do you mean? Why? Why are we in the market? Why? What's happening here? I don't get this. Marc Guéhi is one of the names they've been linked with. Guys, I'm really don't get this at all. I mean, we've got 5 centre-backs, 5 of the best centre-backs in world football if you take them as a group. Why on earth are we at Manchester City looking at another centre-back? Okay, now we're going to turn into centre-back FC. I'll tell you what, when Kyle Walker leaves, this club's never going to have a full-back at this club again. You know, forget the days of flying fullbacks, my friends. You know what I mean? You ain't going to see it. Alexander Kolarov, Mika Richards, Zabaleta, Clichy. Nah, this club has this club has moved on. I don't get this. I just don't get it. Not because I don't rate Marc Guéhi. I think he's a good player. You know what I mean? Very good player. 23 years old. Very good player. Very talented. But why on earth, when you've got Diaz, Stones, Akanji, Ake, and Gvardiol, you find me 5 better centre-backs in one team in the world? Not going to happen. Why on earth do we need another one? Now, the only reason we need another one is if someone was leaving. But who's leaving? Diaz ain't going anywhere. Stones ain't going anywhere. Gvardiol's not going anywhere. Would Akanji go somewhere? I don't think Akanji would leave. Akanji gets a lot of minutes under City. Ake, listen. Maybe come the end of the season, it might be a different story. Because at the moment, it's kind of difficult to see how he gets in the team because of Gvardiol. But right now, is he going to be sitting there right now at this minute saying, I'm leaving in the summer? I think it's a bit early in the season to say that. Bit early. Like I say, come the end of the season, you might have a different conversation because I do think he's going to struggle for minutes because I don't see how he gets in the team with Gvardiol playing how he is. But at the moment, seems very premature. So yeah, I just think this is weird. Yeah, for me, you know, I've been talking about Musiala. I've been speaking on Musiala and saying the news that's coming out of Musiala to me doesn't seem like a standard contract negotiation tactic. This, for me, seems more along the lines of either a contract negotiation tactic or pressure, or maybe even Crystal Palace have put this out because I think Guéhi's going to probably leave Palace in the next 6 months, whether that's in January or whether it's in the summer transfer window. I think he's probably gone. He's got 2 years left on his deal in the summer. Are Palace putting this out there to sort of drive the price higher? Maybe. But I just don't see how City sign this guy. I just don't see how he's signing because we don't need him. You know what I mean? And I just don't see any City centre-back at this moment in time knocking on the door saying they're going to leave. Now, maybe if we get to March, April, Ake's hardly played, Ake's knocking on the door saying, listen, thanks for everything. Thanks for winning me the treble. But it's clear that Gvardiol's the main man now. I want to be playing first-team football. I want to leave in the summer. Maybe in March, April time, you might start to see City be linked with centre-backs. But we're in October. And you know what I mean? Ake, it's not like he's not played. I mean, if you look at Ake's minutes this season, let's have a look how many games he's played. He's played 818 minutes. He's played 13 games. Do you know what I mean? He started in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Premier League matches out of 10. Started in 50% of the games. Started in our only Carabao Cup match. He started in the UEFA Super Cup against Seville. He started in 2 out of the 3 Champions League games. It's not like he's not playing. And I just don't see anyone else. No one else is going to... Well, I don't think John Stones, Diaz or Gvardiol will be leaving in the summer. You know what I mean? That's pretty hard to imagine. And even Akanji. Akanji's living the dream, man. Akanji's living the dream. You know what I mean? He's come over from Dortmund. None of the Dortmund fans even wanted him. You know what I mean? I remember when we did the stream, when we signed Akanji, we had a load of Dortmund fans in the chat saying he's fucking shit, he's rubbish. You've signed a rubbish player. No, we're not. We signed a mint player. 15 million quid. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go that's going to be better than this? Because as good as he is, I don't think he's going to go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, PSG and start week in, week out. I don't think he's that good. So where's he going to go? So I think this is negotiation tactics from either the player to get a new contract, or maybe it's Palace putting it out to drag. Maybe someone's interested. Maybe United are interested. Maybe Liverpool are interested, and Palace want to drive up the price, so they put City's name out there like everyone always does. But you can't really do it with City because we've got 5 centre backs, so everyone kind of knows it's rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Like if you do a DM. Right, say you're a club that has a defensive midfielder. Throw City's name out there, because we need a defensive midfielder, right? We've only got one. But centre-back, it's our most stacked position. So, yeah, I don't really believe that. LB, what's this about one of our players sharing information on the team? Okay, yeah, so there was some rumours going round about potentially, it's only a rumour, and whether or not you believe it, here we go, I'll bring it up on screen for you. Just in, one of Manchester City squad members have been sharing team information with friends. The club's management are aware of the issue and intend to explore opportunities to strike a deal to sell the player in January. Now, whether or not you believe that, I don't know. Do I believe it? I don't know. I mean, I believe that players share team information with their friends and agents. I believe that 100%. You know, Aguero, I'm pretty sure Aguero did it to that Jose Alvarez guy. You know what I mean? Because Alvarez always had the team news about an hour before the game. And then as soon as Aguero left, he never tweeted again. So I'm pretty sure that players do that on the reg. How serious the club take it, it probably depends on how quickly the information's getting out. I think if the information gets out an hour before kickoff, I don't think the club really care. Because pretty much by that time, everybody already knows. All the FPL accounts on Twitter already tweet it an hour before the game anyway. If you're tweeting it the day before, 2 days before, that's where it becomes a bit of a problem, because then you're giving the opposition team a day, maybe 2 days to properly focus and train on the opposition. I don't think that's good, but listen, I don't believe that's true, man. I don't believe that's true. And I actually get pretty disappointed, really, because I know for a fact now that Phillips is going to be leaving in January, and people will go, Phillips was sharing team news with his mates and shit, putting us under... No, I don't like that, man. So I particularly think that is... I think that's probably BS, to be honest with you. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Whoa, guys, check this. Yo, breaking news. Check this out. Erik ten Hag made his Manchester United players sit and listen to the City dressing room celebrations after losing 3-0 to Pep Guardiola's side on Sunday. Ten Hag also wanted his players to hear the City fans celebrating from their dressing room. What the hell? What kind of sadistic guy is this guy, bruh? What the hell is he doing, man? What a freak. Whoa, what a guy, man. Just tells them to sit there. Oh, what a horrible man. Whoa, what a horrible man. Okay, let's turn our attention to the final player that Manchester City have been linked with, and it's an interesting one. There we go, getting him up on Transfermarkt so we can have a look at his details. Right, let's have a look at this guy. Guys, check this out. Manchester City have been linked with a defensive midfielder, Ezequiel Palacios of Bayer Leverkusen. Currently played in that fantastic team at Bayer Leverkusen under Xavi Alonso. Contracted until 2028. He's currently 25 years old. Argentina, centre midfield, defensive midfield player. He signed from River Plate in 2020 for 17 million euros. Now, apparently, according to Good Kid City on Twitter, who is very knowledgeable on the South American market, City could have got this guy, but opted not to when he was in South America. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I've never seen this guy play, because I've still not seen Leverkusen. Man, this is another reason to do a Leverkusen watch-along, which I promise you will happen at some point. But here's the issue for me, again, and I've said this before. I don't think signing a centre defensive mid is going to work. I just don't. I just don't feel, maybe I've got an agenda against it now, but I just don't think a player who's going to play 15 games a season across 9 months is going to work for City. Because they're going to have to be happy never to play, because they're never going to play other than in the dead games. They're going to have to be ready to come into a team when they're not match fit because they've not played and perform at a high level, which at this standard, at the Premier League, at the top level, when you're going for Premier Leagues, when you're going for Champions Leagues, you're talking about elite level athletes. Usain Bolt, right? If you took him and said, right, no training or no races, you can train but no races for 2-3 months, and then just throw him into a race, he's probably not going to slam the world record because he's not fully match fit. Yeah? You've got to be match fit. And I just don't think getting a DM is going to... I think you've got to get a centre mid that can play there, a Gundogan type player. Now, listen, I don't know. Maybe this guy, if he can play further forward, I don't know. Like I said, I've never seen him play. Let's have a look at his stats. Let's see where he plays normally. Now, this guy might work because according to Transfermarkt, yeah, I can bring it up actually. Look on this right-hand side here. Look at this right-hand side. It says he's played 108 games as a centre mid. And only 27 games as a DM. So actually, this guy might fit the bill. If he can do that. If he can play that Gundogan position where he's actually a midfielder but can play DM. I think that's what we're looking for. Going for an actual defensive midfielder ain't going to work, man. I'm almost 100% sure that will fail. We need to go for a Kimmich, a Gundogan. Maybe this guy can do it. I don't know, never seen him. Someone who plays in midfield, but when Rodri gets suspended or injured or needs a rest, you can drop them back and they'll be fully match fit. Nitin says, he's a top midfielder. Han says, not what City need, in my opinion. What else people are saying? He can play further forward too. Craig says, LB is not the Bayern Leverkusen CDM we are monitoring. City are scouting one of their younger players who's 21 who plays CDM and box midfielder. He's the player they are looking at, says Craig. Balotelli says Kimmich would be the one. For me, I think Kimmich could be the player. Shameen says, okay, says LB, apparently he's got a release clause. Tiki could be all over this. George says he can play the 6 and the 8. That's what we need, man. That's what we need. We need a player who can play the 6 and the 8, not just as number 6. So, but yeah, listen, I've never seen him play. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, man, listen, transfer news is popping. Maybe it's because we're in November now, so the transfer window opens in 2 months' time. Don't know. Bit of a madness. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you've not done so already, we've got 350 people in the building. Let's get those likes past, 150. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. But yeah, is there anything else you guys have seen on Twitter? What do you make of the Balon d'Or, man? I've seen a lot of people moaning about the Balon d'Or. You guys, what are you saying? Listen, for me, I'll bring up my tweet from yesterday because my tweet sums it up. This is my opinion. This is my opinion on the Balon d'Or, guys. Messi is the greatest player ever to have walked the earth. Right? Erling Haaland should have won the Balon d'Or. He should have won it. But I ain't getting too mad because for me, Messi's the greatest player I've ever seen. And it's like a thank you, really, isn't it? It's like a thanks for everything you've done. Thank you for the enjoyment. Not that weird. Thank you for the enjoyment, the happiness that you've provided through your football abilities. Here's your last one. Here's number 8. No one will ever get close to you. See you later. You're never winning another one again. Let's be honest. That's the reason he's got it, right? He's not because he wasn't better than Haaland. Haaland scored 50-odd goals. He won the treble. But for me, I ain't going to sit here and be like... You know, it would be very easy for me to do a video and go, Erling Haaland has been robbed. Absolutely disgraceful. You know what I mean? And it'll probably do views, but nah. It is what it is. Erling Haaland at some point in his career will win the Balon d'Or. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But listen, people were talking to me last night about, yeah, but LB, it's lost credibility. Did it ever have much credibility anyway? Really? Lewandowski should have won it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if you go through the archives, you can go through each season and go, how did he win it? How did he win it? How did he win it? You know what I mean? You know, it's nice. It's a nice thing, but is it really that serious? Not for me. I don't think it's that serious, to be honest with you. It's what it is. But yeah, man. I think that's it, innit? I think that's it. By the way, man, any series to any TV documentaries or series to watch, man? Do you know what I mean? Anyone got anything interesting about any decent TV series to watch? It's a popularity contest. Yeah, of course it is, man. Of course it is. Well, beyond belief, yeah, that may be true, but for me, if Haaland keeps winning Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, and keeps scoring 40 to 50 goals a season, at some point they'll just have to give it him. They will. I also think, and you might not agree with this, but I also think the perception of City with other players and managers is changing. I think fans still don't like us, right? I think owners of leagues still don't like us. But I think when you hear footballers talk about City now, they're fucking buzzing about us. They gas us up. They're like, yeah, City a mint team. Remember Sane last year? I know you used to play for City, but he was buzzing about us. When you listen to opposition players speak about our club, managers as well, I think the view on City is changing slowly. As I say, I still think league people who run leagues, owners, they still hate us. And I think they'll always hate us, right? But they're changing, I think. That's my view. My personal view is that is the situation. Into the Badlands. Oh, Beckham. Yeah, I don't know if I can be arsed watching that though, man. You know what I mean? I'm proper like salty. You know what I mean? And if I'm a salty guy when it comes to shit like that, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Billions. Yeah, I might give that a go. Right. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. A question for you actually. It's Papa John's season tonight. Manchester City Academy are playing in the Papa John's. Is it today? I'm pretty sure it was today. Yeah, it is today. 7:30. City are playing Bradford in the Papa John's in a must-win game. Manchester City must win the match. My question to you is watch along or nah? I know some of you guys don't really care about it, but some of you do. I don't know, man. If you care about it, then maybe we'll do it, innit? Do a Sancho poll. All right, I'll do the Sancho poll. Do you want Sancho at Man City? Yes. No. There you go. Poll in the chat. Yeah, I might do it, man. What channel is it on? It's not normally on TV, so you can either go on to ifollow.com and pay £10 to get access to the game and watch it on there. Or listen to it on the radio. Or pay £10 and support the clubs. Which, lower league clubs usually need that £10. So that's what I'd advise you do. But yeah, we could potentially do that. I mean, we usually just speak about random stuff when we watch academy games. But it could be decent. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I think, this is going to be an interesting one because this might piss a lot of people off, but might not. Hussam. Y'all think of Hussam, man. The Don Hussam. Liverpool fan. I'm going on his channel today, 6 p.m. What are we talking about? We're talking about the title race on Don Hussam's channel. I know he's a bit of a... some people like him, some people don't. But yeah, if you want to see me on that, 6 o'clock on Hussam's channel. Oh, is there anything else I'm doing today? I feel like I've got something else doing today. But I feel like I'm not. I don't know, man. I always feel like a waffle at times, me. Like, this is the part of the stream where I feel like I just start waffling about shit, you know what I mean? And it then becomes difficult to end it because, like, I'm just in a waffle zone. And, like, how do you end the stream when you're in waffle? Usually I just go, right, I'm going. You know what I mean? Just end the stream. But, like, now, this is a perfect example of me in the waffle position. Like, how do I get out? I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the waffle position, man. Have I seen Verts' wonder goal? Mate. Oh, I'm telling you, I've never seen Verts play, as you all know, properly. I've only seen highlights. I have seen Musiala, that's why I want Musiala. But the stuff that I'm seeing from Verts on these compilations and on highlights, mate, he looks absolutely unreal. He looks absolutely unreal, man. You know what I'm saying? He could be the one. He could be the one. He could be the one. Yeah, I've said Patrick I'll go on there. It just times, innit? Timings. He's come on my channel bare, so I want to go on. German Chicken Wing says, Hussam, that guy is a fraud. Come tell him tonight, man. Come in the chat tonight and tell him, say, Hussam, you are a fraud, bre. LB in the Belgian waffle hold. You know what I'm looking forward to, actually? The Christmas markets, man. Oh, I love Christmas markets. When does the Manchester Christmas markets, when does that start? 10th of November. Oh my God, yes, it's like in 2 weeks. Oh, mate, the food at the Manchester Christmas markets. I might do a vlog, man. Should I do a Manchester Christmas markets vlog? That could be pretty funny, that. I don't know why you guys would want to watch that, you know what I mean? It's nothing to do with football, but it could be pretty funny. I don't know if it could be funny. Again, this is it. I'm in the waffle hold. I'm just talking nonsense now. But, and I could go and get a Belgian waffle. A Belgian waffle from the Christmas markets. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. Right, I'm going to go, man, because this is pure waffle situation. We're in a waffle hold. Right, guys, listen, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. We're what? 1/3 of the way through the week. We got a week off. No City football this week, other than the Papa John's tonight. And then, obviously, we've got Bournemouth at the weekend. This is a big weekend this weekend, you know, because Arsenal play Newcastle. And I know Newcastle got some injuries and shit, but you never know. You never know. Maybe Newcastle could do something, and that could be interesting. We'll have to wait and see, innit? But yeah, listen, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a sick Tuesday. Eat some sick food. Have some nice stuff. And hopefully I'll see you tonight for the Academy watch-along. It is City versus Bradford in the Papa John's. Game kicks off at 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.